Hello everyone and welcome to my video discussing the Alexander the Great vs Attila the Hun episode of Deadliest Warrior that aired this Tuesday. For close-range weapons they tested the coppice and Sword of Mars for Alexander and Attila respectively. The edge was given to Attila because of the killing power of the Sword of Mars was supposedly better, but the coppice is deadly at both mounted and ground combat. However, a better choice of sword would have been the Machaira, which is a cavalry sword, or the Xiphos. The Greek soldier and mercenary, Xenophon, was the one that suggested that the Greek cavalry use the weapon. The Sword of Mars was said to have been forged from iron from a meteorite and blessed by the god of war, Mars. This, however, is untrue. The Roman historian Jordanes, quoting another Roman historian Priscus who gave the story behind Attila's sword. All in all, I can agree with the decision here. For mid-range weapons they tested the lasso and Ziston for Attila and Alexander respectively. The Ziston was given the edge, however that's not saying much as the lasso had almost no killing potential. Attila also carried a throwing spear into battle historically, so it makes no sense why they didn't give him that. For long-range weapons they tested the Hun composite bow and the Gastraphetes. The Hun composite bow proved to be the winner of the day and was well known and feared in Europe during Attila's time. Alexander's Gastraphetes is a very poor choice as it was meant for mass volleys and would be slow and unwieldy in one-on-one combat. Also, comparing a swift-mounted archer against a weapon meant to be used in mass is a bit unfair in my opinion. For special weapons they tested the Scythian axe against a Phrygian ballista. Not only is that beyond moronic, but pretty much screwed over Alexander. A better idea would have been to add Alexander's Pancratian martial arts skill with the ballista. They kept saying how Alexander would have the edge in hand-to-hand combat, but in the end he's killed by someone with zero training in hand-to-hand combat? What was the point of testing Pancratian if they were going to give it to Alexander in the simulation? In closing, the episode was fairly enjoyable, but as usual suffered from sloppy weapon choices and failing to take certain things into account. Humorously, the helmet they tested the axe on wasn't iron, but steel. I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this week's episode. Check back next week when I post my thoughts on Jesse James vs Al Capone. My bet is on Capone, but given the show's track record of weird winners, don't be surprised if Jesse wins by a landslide. As always, if I got anything wrong let me know and take care everyone.